Facebook went ahead and did it again. They made an update to their platform specifically to Facebook groups. And how you handle this, how you make this decision actually could be incredibly dangerous. We're going to have this discussion today. So let's get right into the show.
This is Don't Fear Grit with Rob Taormina. Marketing strategies and advertising technologies to help you build a better business.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the only show on all of the interweb that matters, Don't Fear Grit. And today we are talking about Facebook. Some people are trying to make that transition, calling it Meta. We're still going to call it Facebook, though. And specifically, Facebook's activation of updates to Facebook groups. Some crazy updates, weird ones. Don't know how it got through sort of the review committee over there, but we're going to be talking about them today because I really think that this could be a really dangerous update for a lot of you who are managing your own groups. Now, updates, regardless of what platform or what technology you use, they happen all the time. More often than not, these updates are going on in the background without us even knowing because they don't really disrupt the user experience. They're not really disrupting us as marketers, what we're doing. And so therefore we go about our daily life or our daily use of those platforms without really doing anything. However, sometimes a platform makes an update that is a disruptor. And all these people, they want these disruptors to be positive, right? But every now and then there's a disruptor that's just not. And I think that this update to Facebook groups will fit the category of a bad disruptor. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up just a screenshot. If you manage your own group, you probably have seen this recently. And what it is an update. It says, try a new way of managing your group. Transform your group by giving your members the option to make themselves moderators. I don't have to read anymore. That's terrifying right there. This can be a great way to share the workload of running your group. If you enable this feature, every member will be able to make themselves a moderator. Did you guys hear that? If you're watching this show, you can see the screenshot that I have. If you're listening, did you hear that? Let me read this again to you guys because this is terrifying to me. As it says, every member will be able to make themselves a moderator. That's just crazy. It continues saying, as a primary admin, only you control this feature. No one can remove you as an admin. Well, thank God, right? You can remove moderators if needed or turn this feature off any time. It says, try now or learn more. I cannot stress enough for everyone to avoid this feature like it is the plague. Do not turn this feature on. Think about it. You've spent all of this time and for some of you money into building a private community on Facebook, only to hand over a large part of the keys, the responsibilities to a moderator that has just decided to, I decide to name myself a moderator. That's not exactly how I like to operate my groups, my business, to give random people the ability to make the decision on their own if they want to be a moderator. So for right out of the starting gate, and this is why I started off by saying how this is dangerous, is do not turn this on. Don't even turn it on to experiment to see the features. I'm telling you right now, you just do some basic research on this. It is not good. And now I'll tell you, I use myself as a guinea pig. What happens if you turn on this feature? So I took one of the groups that I have, I turned on the feature, and in just a short period of time, it was mayhem. It was crazy. And you had these people really just spamming the group, letting other people in. It got out of control. There's a whole spam network. And you don't want to hand the keys over to a group like that. Now, as the admin, here's the only good thing, the saving grace, is that you can go in there, you can remove those people, block those people, undo sort of the moderator status on those people. But why go through all of that work? If as an admin, you feel like you need other people to help manage the group, well, then why don't you yourself have control over that decision and then select those people rather than letting your community just give themselves that particular title? I think that's really, really dangerous. So I think that that this update that Facebook has activated, I'm actually shocked, when they've got the review community reviewing all of these. Number one is there's a committee that you have this review board. If you can sort of call it that. I'm saying that so you can sort of picture it, but a review committee that's reviewing possible updates, right? Based on community suggestions, staff suggestions, staff use, user use, all these things, data, right? So they make a list of all these possible updates that could make the platform even better. I'm surprised that it was presented and then even went to the next stage of, okay, develop this, right? I'm surprised, but then I'm incredibly surprised that even after the development stage where they're like, all right, let's activate it, they all agreed and be like, yeah, this would be a good idea. I think this is a terrible idea, actually. I don't see this particular feature lasting that long. I think, based on even what I'm hearing from other, people who I know manage groups that accidentally activated this. I know they're sending a lot of complaints. The reps that I know over at Facebook have told me they are already fielding a lot of complaints with regards to this. So what's probably going to happen is they probably alter it first. Maybe they do an update to the update before they just remove it altogether. But I don't see it in its current form lasting very long because it is not a good feature. So again, I can't stress this enough. If you are an admin of a Facebook group, do not turn this feature on. And if you don't know what feature that is, when you sign out, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this up again. For people who are watching on YouTube, even if you're listening, I recommend finding the show then so you can see this, or you could just Google it yourself. But this is sort of the notification that pops up when you go to sign on. You can also go into your settings to see what some of these new updates are, but do not try and do not activate. In fact, I would go as far as saying go into your settings, make sure that users don't have the ability to name themselves a moderator. A moderator. That's the control that you want. You want the keys as the admin. For a lot of people who have groups, they're monetizing these groups. This is a community. You're controlling the narrative. You're controlling, right, that storyline. You're controlling what is talked about, what products are talked about, whatever it is that the nature is of your business, right? But you have a group that's intentional, right? And it's valuable to you and your business and what you are doing. You don't want to interrupt that in a negative way. And that's what handing the keys over to a random moderator can do. They can literally change the dynamic of a Facebook group overnight. And referencing again, the experience that I had, I did experiment. I used myself as a guinea pig. This small group that I have, I turned it on. And again, my experience, it was horrible. It was horrible. And listen, I'm only doing this so that I have information to share with you guys. So fortunately, I do have some groups that I can sort of toy around with. But it was a terrible idea to activate this. This is an awful one. I'm curious if any of you have had the same experience or a similar experience that I am sharing with you with regards to this particular update. Are you someone who has a Facebook group and you decided to click that try now and you did activate it, but you liked the result? I would love to hear from you. So find us wherever you are and comment and let's get that conversation flowing. But if you're someone who the opposite end of it, tried it and had a similar experience to me and hated it, I want to know that as well, because I think more people injecting themselves into the conversation, I think is just incredibly educational and allows people who've yet to make that decision to really land in the right place where they want to go. So go ahead and share that information. That's the show for today. I really wanted to keep it short because this is a recent topic and I wanted to get this information out as soon as possible. So guys, as always, I appreciate this community. Hopefully you guys saw some value here. If you have, do those things that really matter. If you're a marketer, you understand algorithmically certain things do help elevate the status of shows like this. And those things are like sharing it, subscribing is huge. Notification bell, depending on what platform you are, but definitely subscribe. We appreciate you guys. We love this community. I love this community, and I actually love some of the comments and private messages that I get. I get some people even recently that found the show on Instagram and DM me, and we've been having some really, really great conversations, and it's been awesome. This community is super, super great, incredibly intelligent, and is experiencing a lot of great success based on the conversations that we're having. So guys, as always, remember, don't fear the process. Don't fear grit. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you next time.